Hey, everybody, off and running on this closing day edition of Thoroughbred Action here from Gulfstream Park West. Jason Blewett joining you with not only finality in the air, but a good dose of money, money, money. It is mandatory force out day in the Rainbow Six. We're playing for big bucks. We've got 9 on the card, and we've got those track and weather conditions up next.
And here we go. Main track is fast. We are on the turf for the first and only race today on the grass. The turf listed as firm in a driving rainstorm, as you're about to see. And the weather was just all over the place. But all in all, a comfortable temperature. And let's do it. This will go as not only closing day, but our final turf race of the season at Gulfstream West. Mile and a 16th here. These are maiden claimers 3 and up. Tags are 12,500. And here's Jason Beam, who's done a great job all season calling the races, standing by.
And the race is on. Good start for restart down toward the inside. Old News is prominent, as is Al Paris. Up from the outside, Macho Mania and Overwatch. And it is going to be the 2 outside runners going quickest here. Macho Mania, Overwatch, joined down toward the inside by Old News as they come toward the wire for the first time around. So it's Old News who leads at a half length. Al Paris right there on the outside, and Macho Mania 3 deep. And behind them comes Restart, who's out in the 4th spot, about 3.5 off the speed. Macho Mania settles back in that 5th position. Right to that one's outside comes Duelist. Cutting the corner there was Wise to Listen, and Sky's Sun is at the back. As up on the front end, Al Paris leads it. Going way to the outside there was Old News, who's all the way out on the outer rail there. It's Al Paris who leads them in front as they go on to the back stretch. Macho Mania is up a couple of spots, moves up into that 2nd position. Duelist up from the outside, puts a nose into the 3rd spot. In between horses, Overwatch is 4th. Down along the inside, Restart is in the 5th position. Then comes the gray, Sky Sun, who's 6th. It's a length and a half more than back to Wise to Listen. Old News is about 20 lengths behind the pack, essentially out of this race with a half mile left to go. So they make their run toward the far turn. Macho Mania up on the outside, forging to a narrow advantage. Al Paris back in the 2nd spot. Here's Overwatch, and 4 deep here is Duelist starting to move up. Is now these 4 crowded up on the front end. Restart just in behind them from the 5th spot. Sky's Sun is 6th. It's still 2.5 or 3 more back to Wise to Listen. Again, Old News pulled up out of the race. Winding around the far turn. Macho Mania there in front by a length. Up on the outside, Duelist coming up into 2nd as Overwatch starts to back up in 3rd. Trying to come through down toward the inside is the 1 horse. I can't see who it is as they turn to the top of the stretch. Macho Mania coming to the furlong pole in front by 2.5 or 3 now. Overwatch, Al Paris, Restart. They're all lined up in that 2nd flight, but there's only 1 horse who's way up front, and it's Macho Mania. Macho Mania by the 16th pole, well in command. Restart up into a clear-cut 2nd, but it's going to be Macho Mania to win it here by 5. Restart was 2nd, 3rd, Al Paris in 4th. Wise to Listen.
Well, how about that? A driving, almost Noah's Ark type rainstorm, but it didn't affect, negatively anyway, the 7 Macho Mania, who just got stronger as the race progressed, and he'll break his main here. Good-looking gelding by Mucho Macho Man. Kathy Ritvo, Jairo Rendon picking up his 28th win of the meet. We move on to race number 2. We're on the main track from here on out, and for the 2nd, the main was good and sealed. Late scratch of the number 4, Venezuelan Warrior. Very important late scratch in this 3 and up claiming race, claiming tag 6250.
And the race is on. Gemologister from the outside got a wing in order. Octobante, Karen's Cove down toward the inside, flashing some early speed. Jackson Warrior up to their outside as 3 of them line up in behind Gemologister. It's another 5 or 6 then back to One Fine Ride, who's at the back early on, already about 10 lengths behind as they go past the 5/8 pole. And now company up front for Gemologister. Karen's Cove on the inside, and on the outside, Jackson Warrior. Those 3 go a length and a half ahead of Octobante, who's back in the 4th spot. Still 7 or 8 more then back to One Fine Ride, who trails. So they take their run toward the far turn, and up on the front end, Karen's Cove slips through to put a nose in front. Gemologister between horses and a 3 deep Jackson Warrior. Those 3 into the turn. 2.5 more back to Octobante, and still 7 more to One Fine Ride, who's pushed along at the back. Jackson Warrior up on the 3 wide side goes to a narrow advantage. Karen's Cove, Gemologister still plugging away in between horses, is right there. It's 3 more then back to Octobante as they come toward the quarter pole. Jackson Warrior trying to slip away. Jackson Warrior into the stretch, a length and a half in front now. Octobante giving his cue up toward the outside, trying to come after this one. A final furlong left to go. Jackson Warrior's job is not done. Karen's Cove battles on. Down the outside, Octobante. Gemologister still pitching away. It's only 4.5 more now back to One Fine Ride. A final 16th to go. Jackson Warrior still there. Here's Octobante. Gemologister in between horses. Any one of the 3. Octobante going best late. Octobante going to go on to win it here. 2nd was very close. Either Gemologister or Jackson Warrior. Very close photo there. Karen's Cove and One Fine Ride.
all turf racing, synth, turf pedigree here, European bred. In fact, bred over in Britain was the number 3 Octobante. So dirt was a big question. That's my point. But he handled it. He really ran well and finished up best for trainer Jane Sabelli, who didn't arrive here at the start of the meet, but her ship-ins have been very, very good and honed to perfection. And Octobante got it done in race number 2. Let's move on, everybody. Welcome back to Sunday's third. We're off the turf. We're going 5 furlongs on the main track. We've got some 2-year-old maiden claimers, claiming tags 20,000.
And the race is on. Good start for Last Jet Out, who shows good speed down toward the inside. Pure Crazy Dude is right there. Congrats, that moving up and fast driven from the outside. Capitan Fofo also part of that mix as well. It's a length more than back to You're Out of Control. So they go toward the far turn. Congrats, that is in front by a neck. Fast driven, moving up to that one's outside, and these two clear away by 2.5 to Last Jet Out. Pure Crazy Dude is up into that 4th spot. It's 2 more than back to You're Out of Control. And after that comes Capitan Fofo. Opening quarter in 22 and 2. They wind around to the far turn. Congrats, that. Fast driven right up alongside. Last Jet Out. Down the outside in between horses is Pure Crazy Dude. These 4 have now snuck away. They're about 4.5 ahead of Chaos Kid and also Capitan Fofo. They come into the stretch, and it's Congrats, that and Rajiv Mirage trying to slip clear here. Pure Crazy Dude comes up into a contending spot, and second down the outside, Last Jet Out. Capitan Fofo is making up ground as well. It's Congrats, that. Here's Pure Crazy Dude up on the outside. Pure Crazy Dude trying to get to Congrats, that. They come toward the wire. Very close finish. It might have been Congrats, that holding out Pure Crazy Dude, but it's very close.
And it didn't take jockey Rajiv Mirage all that long to get into the GPW winner's circle. Raj, who I've known for a long time, is not riding in New York this winter, opted to move his tack down here, and this was a nice little win for trainer Michael Yates on a very game Congrats, that, who just would not be denied. Hung in there very determinedly down inside. All right, here's the race and the sequence we've been waiting for. We've got $3.6 million plus of new money bet into $1 million carryover in the Rainbow Six. We're on the main naturally with the 2-turn 1-mile race, a 3-and-up filly mare, a 62.50 claimer.
And the race is on. Vicky Apple and Infinity Sky both came away a couple steps slow. Hill Valley down toward the inside, going right out to the front. Papa's Girl going to try to go with that one as they go toward the first turn. Valerie first, tucking down toward the inside, away in the 3rd spot. After that, it comes Panda, who's on the outside in that 4th position. Infinity Sky started to make up ground on the outside. Infinity Sky, who broke last, is now all the way up to assume command. As up on the front end, Infinity Sky goes to the front. Hill Valley back to 2nd. In the 3rd spot is Papa's Girl. Panda got a 3-deep trip there from 4th. It's 2.5 more back to Valerie first, and then another space of 3 back to Vicky Apple, who's going to have to pass them all in the final 5 furlongs. Up on the front end, Infinity Sky made that decisive move and now leads at 3/4 of a length in front to Papa's Girl in the 2nd spot. Panda and Hill Valley, they race in tandem 3rd and 4th. They're 4 lengths ahead now. Valerie first, who's back in that 5th spot. Still nothing yet from Vicky Apple, who has to make up 8 lengths in the final half mile. They take their run toward the far turn. Infinity Sky and Sammy Camacho go to that far turn, a length and a half to the good. Hill Valley trying to get closer from that 2nd spot. Panda and Papa's Girl, they continue to race in tandem 3rd and 4th. Vicky Apple is now out of last, has passed Valerie's first, still has about 8 or 9 to make up. Infinity Sky tries to sneak away as they go to the quarter pole. Infinity Sky there by 3.5 now. Hill Valley is 2nd. It's 3.5 more than back to Panda. Vicky Apple still with a lot of work to do as they come toward the top of the stretch. Infinity Sky, that lead is 2.5 lengths. Hill Valley continues to chase from the 2nd spot. Panda trying to get going. Vicky Apple is rallying up and is coming down toward the inside. A final furlong left to go. Infinity Sky's work is not done. Vicky Apple coming through down on the inside. Still has to make up 3 in the final 16th. It's Infinity Sky pleading for another 50 yards. Vicky Apple trying to come through down along the inside. Infinity Sky is home and wins it by a half a length. Vicky Apple 2nd, 3rd went to Hill Valley, and 4th Panda.
that early speed looked like it could and might just be a big edge on paper for the 4 Infinity Sky, and she made the point and never looked back. A good trying defeat, to be fair, from the 3 Vicky Apple, who just was too far back and had way too much to do. But take nothing away from Infinity Sky for Love Unlimited Thoroughbreds, Bobby DeBona and Sammy Camacho in race number 4. Let's turn our attention now, race number 5, following a very formful leg 1 in the Rainbow Six. Off the turf, going 5 again on the main track for race number 5. Got some 2-year-old filly maiden claimers, and the claiming prices are $20,000.
And the race is on. Golden Knoll surges right out to the front, quickly puts a length and a half on the field. Snow and Lily Lynn, La Flamenca right there in that second flat, as is Frey of Fire. Milka starts to get going up on the far outside. It's about 2.5 more lengths then. Back to Flash Petition, who has 2 beat early on. Those are Tolly Club and Lovely Lee, who trails. But up on the front end, Golden Knoll is winging here. Golden Knoll to the far turn in front by 3.5 lengths. La Flamenca and Milka, those two racing along second, third. They're 2.5 clear. Freya's Fire is in that 4th spot. But up on the front end, Golden Knoll continues on. Golden Knoll coming to the quarter pole in front by 3 now. Milka takes up the chase. It's now 4 lengths more back to La Flamenca as these two up top get away. It's Golden Knoll into the stretch. Milka looks to be the main danger. Snow and Lily Lynn is starting to run out a little bit, is up to 4th. Final furlong time now. Golden Knoll, Milka down the outside, has a final furlong to push on by. Still has to make up 2.5 lengths. It's 3 more then back to Snow and Lily Lynn and La Flamenca. Inside the final 16th, though, it's Golden Knoll still in command. Milka has to make up 3 and won't do it. It's going to be Golden Knoll and Paco Lopez to win it by 3.5. Milka was second, third, Snow and Lily Lynn, and 4th, La Flamenca.
Well, here's our first upset in today's Jackpot Rainbow Six. A 4-1 third choice, and Golden Knoll just broke on top and never looked back. It looked like the 9 Milka was the class of the field, yet would either the 7 La Flamenca and or the 8 Golden Knoll simply outsprint her at this very specialized run and gun distance. And in the end, Golden Knoll just speed popped the field. Good ride here from Paco Lopez. He'll win the title. 38 wins and counting for Paco. Antonio Sano sent out this filly by algorithms. As we take a timeout, we'll be back with race 6, kicking off the late pick 4 after this.
Goes in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. As expected, Cabre showing good speed, slamming Mike down toward the inside, trying to go with that one, and All-Star Sailor down along the inside. But it is going to be Cabre and slamming Mike, those two into the turn. Down along the inside, All-Star Sailor has to settle back in third. Break of 2 more back to deal with the dude in the red colors who's in the 4th position. Moving up inside of El Zeus, takes over into that 5th spot. After that comes Dazzling Pros. It's a space of 2.5 more back to get in on. And at the back early on is Mysterio. So they make their way onto the back stretch. And up front, Cabre was able to get the lead, but slamming Mike keeping him company up front. As they go toward the 5/8 pole, it's Cabre in front by a length. Slamming Mike in the 2nd spot. Here's Deal With It Dude. So the 2 favorites are now 1-2 as El Zeus had to tap on the brakes there from the pink colors from 4th. Guerreron starts to move up in that 5th position. Dazzling Pros going with that one. After that comes All-Star Sailor, who shuffled back a couple of spots, and Mysterio is the trailer. So Cabre takes him toward the far turn. Deal With It Dude glued right to his hip on the outside. They're a length and a half in front of Slamming Mike, who battles on. Guerreron pushed along in that next flight. Then comes El Zeus out 3 deep. Is Dazzling Pros trying trying to make up some ground. Mysterio is out of last and starting to wind up. Cabre and Deal with It Dude, the two favorites now head and head. Here's Deal with It Dude coming right up alongside of Cabre, and they arrive at the top of the stretch. Still 2.5 or 3 lengths ahead of Dazzling Pros, who moves up on the outside of Slammin', but Deal with It Dude goes to the front. Deal with It Dude to the top of the lane. Cabre now back to a clear-cut second. Down the outside trying to get going is Slammin' Mike and Dazzling Pros. Mysterio continues to make up ground with a final furlong left to go, though. It's Deal with It Dude and Amicio Jaramillo now pulling clear at the 16th pole. Deal with It Dude by 4.5. Mysterio going to battle out with Dazzling Pros for second. Deal with It Dude goes on to win it here by about 6 in the end. Mysterio did get up for second. Dazzling Pros third. Fourth went to Slammin' Mike. Now goes in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. Good start for Eric, the salesman, who shows good early speed. Coming through down toward the inside. Asked and Answered is right there, as is Take Notice. The two inside runners quickest here as they come onto the main track. Eric, the salesman, now settles back in third. Southern Sea is out in that fourth position. It's 3.5 or 4 lengths more than. Back to Lawyer Drill, who's up into the fifth spot. Are You Talking to Me, America's Samard? And at the back early on is Shidoshi. So a battle ensues up on the front end here as Take Notice and Asked and Answered. These two square off as they go past the 4.5 furlong marker. They've gone 5 or 6 lengths ahead of Eric the salesman, who now puts a nose up into third. Southern Sea in between horses in the fourth spot. Down to that one's inside comes Lawyer Drill, who starts to move up from fifth. 2.5 more to Are You Talking to Me, America's Samard and Shidoshi. Those two continue on at the back. Meanwhile, up front, Asked and Answered and Take Notice continue to do battle. Eric the salesman, the favorite, getting a pretty good trip just in behind them, about 3 lengths adrift. Are You Talking to Me is starting to warm up to the task, is moving out 4 deep, takes over that third spot. It might be going a little bit better than Eric the salesman at this point. They come to the top of the stretch. Here's Are You Talking to Me circling up on the outside. Eric the salesman tries to go with that one. Asked and Answered is back to third. Take Notice did all that heavy lifting early on, is backed right out of it. Southern Sea is even making up ground toward the inside. A final furlong left to go. Are You Talking to Me and Richard Mitchell hit the front. Down toward the inside, Southern Sea. Eric the salesman trying to get going. Lawyer Drill is coming down the center of the course, but a final 16th to go. Are You Talking to Me is clear with 50 yards left. Lawyer Drill second best. Are You Talking to Me? Upsetter here. Lawyer Drill was second. Third went to Southern Sea, and fourth, Eric the salesman. And the race is on. Slow start there for Stormy Boss from the inside. Good start toward the outside. She's Such a Knockout showing speed. Nonsense down toward the inside of that one. And these two speed onto the main track. As in behind them, Creative Award came away in the third spot. Bargainair from the outside is fourth. Then comes Papa's Little Girl. Painterfest is outside of that one. Then it comes Valley Girl. And Stormy Boss, after that slow beginning, is eighth and last as they have 5 furlongs left to go. And up on the front end, it's Nonsense and She's Such a Knockout. These two going to the 4.5 furlong marker. Creative Award gets a good trip just in behind them in the third spot. Down toward the inside, Valley Girl starts to come through from fourth. Bargainair and Papa's Little Girl, they're 5th and 6th. They're 2.5 ahead of Stormy Boss, who's out of last. Painterfest now relegated to that back position. So they go into the turn, and up on the front end, Nonsense and Neck in front. Right to that one's outside. It comes She's Such a Knockout. Bargainair starts to loop up 3 deep, is coming after Nonsense now as they go midway on the far turn. Here's Bargainair up on the outside of Nonsense, and these two come to the quarter pole. They've put 2.5 lengths now. On trying to rally up into contention is Painterfest as they come toward the top of the stretch. Bargainair is the leader. It's Bargainair off the turn. Nonsense back to the second spot. 2.5 or 3 lengths more. Trying to get a rally up is Creative Award. A final furlong left to go. Bargainair has gone clear now. It's Bargainair coming to the 16th pole in front by 3.5. Non-seconds and Creative Award. They're back second and third, but inside the final 16th, it's Alberto Burgos and Bargainair. Bargainair going to win it here by about 3.5, 4 in the end. Nonsense was second, third. Creative Award, fourth looked like Papa's Little Girl. And the race is on. Good start toward the outside for Cow. Princess Gabby coming through in the white colors, and Princess Gabby going to go up to assume command. Passing moments, Tail Adios right there in that second flight, as is Cow, as they line up in behind this leader. Ale came away in fifth. Kaylani is out in the sixth spot. Blue Song's right to that one's outside in seventh. It's a length and a half more then back to Tweety Kitty, and about 5 or 6 more back to Sweet Peño, who is the trailer. Just over 4.5 furlongs left to go, and up on the front end, it's Princess Gabby, who leads it by about 2. Cow up on the outside of Ale, who are racing together second, third. Passing moments joining them toward the inside. Kaylani also right there in that second flight as 4 of them line up behind this leader. It's 4 more then back to Blue Song. Starting to lose some ground is Tail Adios, passed by Tweety Kitty. Still nothing yet from Sweet Peño. So they wind around the far turn. Here's Cow up alongside of Princess Gabby, and Cow coming up to put a nose in front. Princess Gabby back to second. Passing moments, Kaylani. Those two coming now second and third. Coming after Cow, who comes toward the quarter pole. Passing moments right up alongside. Kaylani just in behind them, back in the third spot. It's 4 or 5 more back to Ale, who tries to rally up. Passing moments turns for home in front. It's Passing Moments who now takes the lead. Cow and Kaylani chasing from second, third. They're 3.5 or 4 lengths ahead of Blue Song, who's up into the fourth spot. A final 16th to go. Passing Moments now clear by 3 lengths. Kaylani is up into the second spot, going to dive toward the inside, but it's Passing Moments in front, and they're not going to get her today. Passing Moments won it by 3.5. Kaylani was second, third went to Cow. Fourth was close, might have been Blue Song over Tweety Kitty.
So that's a wrap here. 40 up, 40 down at GPW. Do want to thank the horses and, of course, our great fans for supporting us all season long here over the course of about 2 months in Miami Gardens. On this circuit, anyway, we're naturally dark the next few days. Back at it for opening day over at Gulfstream Park, the championship meet on Friday, November 29th. And since we won't see you before then, do want to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And again, Hallandale Beach, pack your bags. We'll see you Friday, opening day on November 29th.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.